without the internet is pretty much toast.
I mean, currently, but I'd probably learn how to swing a hammer or something like that.
Right. I mean, think about accountants, right? They use online bookkeeping softwares now, and they even file taxes through online, right, through the IRS portal. You look at farmers; some of them need access to the internet to have forecasts and weather and all that, right? So in every level, every job right now, pretty much almost every job requires access to the internet. So these are just simply my own opinion as well as predictions as to what the World
These are your theories.
Yes.
These are your theories.
What the World Economic Forum is talking about in terms of what would a cyber pandemic look like, right? What does that look like? How it's going to show up? What would it practically look like? I know, Daniel, you mentioned is 2025. Some of them are saying 2025, and I'll bring that up in just one sec because 2025 is another good number. Why it's relevant. So the first scenario of what could happen of a worldwide, global-scale cyber pandemic is, and deep in my thought, I think we're still far away from this particular scenario, but an AI virus, right? A virus that was programmed using AI, and typically the traditional computer viruses, the way they're programmed is they're very linear. They're two-dimensional, right? Meaning they do one thing, and that's it. They either do XYZ to your computer or 1, 2, 3 to your mobile phone. It's very linear. The code doesn't really change. It just is out there, right? Whereas an AI virus would be non-linear, three-dimensional, meaning that an AI virus is programmed initially, but it may change over time depending on the device it's on.
So it adapts.
It adapts, right?
Yeah.
It would also try to counter any kind of
cyber vaccine,
right? Virus vaccines, right?
Created ironically by Pfizer. They also do cyber vaccines as well.
Yeah.
You don't know.
An AI virus might actually be on the frontier of looking at those virus software, antivirus softwares, right? And go and reprogram itself, right? Write its own code, add to its original function.
Is what you're saying that these leaders will come out and say, according to your theory that you're saying, is these leaders will come out and say, hey guys, this is different virus. This is a different form of cyber pandemic because this virus is learning us. This virus is using AI technology to learn us and our ways to combat it. Therefore, we need to put everything on centralized digital currency. We need to put everything on blockchain, and also
to be protected.
Right. I'll get to the outcome of it in just one sec, but the thing about even with an AI virus is that it could have set of limitations and parameters, such as China could go and say, hey, we're going to create an AI virus that only attacks North American computers.
So you're saying they can be selected.
Right. So it can go and say, hey, these IP addresses, whatever IP address that the United States is using, attack those devices, right? It could literally do that. Or it could be even more selective of saying, yes, attack the U.S. IP address in all the computers, but any time there's the computer is set to Chinese, it could say, don't attack those.
Skip that one.
Right, skip that one, right? It could target, specific mobile devices, apps, right? I mean...
Buy a Huawei phone.
Yeah, so an AI virus, though it is self-mutating, self-programming, but the original programmer can set limitations and parameters on the AI virus. So that's one scenario, right? The second scenario is a ransomware virus created by China, Russia, as a retaliation against the West, right? For all the sanctions and blah blah blah. And of course, neither country will admit that this was their fault or like, oh, we didn't do it, or we promised we didn't release this.
adventurer for slaying the wolf pack that has been terrorizing these woods. As a reward, I will give you 50 gold and... one ability point, yo.
So what are these?
Ability points, brother.
Oh, I thought you just got the ability.
Yeah, you get the ability. Eating the ability point pills, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't take pills from strangers.
What do you mean? What are you saying? You're saying you don't want to be able to breathe underwater? You don't want to fly? You're saying you don't want to have super speed? You're saying you don't want to talk to motherfucking animals? You don't want to have super strength? You're saying you don't want flaming hands?
Nope, no. I get my abilities from hard work and practice.
Listen, I understand. I know you're nervous, yo. But this is how everybody's doing it these days, baby. You can trust me, man. Go on, just take it.
Yeah. I mean, you seem like you know what you're doing. Yeah. Flaming hands.
Hey, man. Y'all got any more of them ability points?
Hold on.
Oh, have you got any more of them ability points?
What are you gonna do for me?
I went and killed another 42 of those wolves in the woods for you, man.
Okay, this one's flaming hands, yo.
Flaming hands, flaming hands.
Oh, hey, look. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much, though.
Yo, lost, yo. Shit.
I'll do anything. I just need to level up, man. Please. I just need to level up.
Okay. Maybe there's something you can do for me, yo.
Yeah. Just tell me.
Maybe there's a garlic farmer somewhere in Honeywood that's been kind of bothering me recently.
Yeah.
Maybe if he weren't around, my life would be a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Capiche?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, I'll do it. Just give me the pill. Just give me the pill, man. I need to level up, please.
Oh, Michigan. Thank God for Michigan.
For me, at least, this has kind of been a long time coming. As many of you guys know by now, text-to-image generation with AI is very much possible, and it's very awesome. We've got Stable Diffusion, DALL-E 2, Midjourney, all really fantastic text-to-image generators, and they can produce beautiful imagery. I mean, one look at Playground AI's homepage and you can see how fantastic text-to-image has become. The next logical step from text-to-image generation, of course, is text-to-video. However, we haven't really seen much text-to-video thus far. In my Discord server, which you guys should join, by the way, I get tons and tons of questions coming in. What's the best text-to-video generator out there? Where can I find text-to-video? Well, most of the time the answer is there are some text-to-video previews, but there's nothing concrete out yet. The best we could really offer in the video space would be stuff like generating Stable Diffusion videos by interpolating different Stable Diffusion images, or actual video generators like Cog Video that aren't really particularly great. This is sort of like text-to-video, but it's super primitive, and it takes forever to generate. And you can see it's like baby steps towards text-to-video, but it's just not really all there yet. But if you guys do want to try this out, I will link it down below. This is known as Cog Video. And of course, for those interested, we can also talk about the future, what we will see one day but don't have access to yet. And that would be stuff like Google's Imagen video, which looks extremely promising, as you can see from all of these really cool but kind of creepy videos. You know, these are high frame rate, very specific videos generated from a text prompt, and this is a fun website to take a look at. I'll link it down below. And we've also got stuff like Meta's Make a Video here, where we can see a bunch of very, very similar examples. So yeah, this is all text-to-video preview stuff. We can't actually use it. The big news today is that Runway ML plans on changing that very, very soon. As they say, generative AI is taking its next big step forward, and they're introducing this thing called Gen 1, which is a brand new AI model that uses language and images to generate new videos out of existing ones. So it's not exactly text to video, but it's pretty darn close, and it's extremely cool. We have got to check this out. By the way, you can sign up for early access to this thing with the link down in the description below. I'll let Runway ML introduce their own AI model, and then we'll go back through and really analyze this.
Image generation models have taken the world by storm. It's now possible for anyone to turn their ideas into images, using nothing but words. The explosion of creativity these models unleashed was years in the making. In 2021, Runway introduced latent diffusion, an AI system that was able to generate realistic images using an improved image generation technique. And in 2022, Stable Diffusion, a further improved version of latent diffusion that caused a tidal wave of creativity and mass adoption of the technology. Today, Runway is excited to introduce the next step forward in generative AI, Gen 1, a video generation AI system that can efficiently generate video in any style, all while retaining quality and flexibility. Gen 1 is able to realistically and consistently apply the composition and style of an image or text prompt to the target video, allowing you to generate new video content using an existing video. We call this approach video to video, and we're incredibly excited to share a few early use cases. Stylization mode. Transfer the style of any image or prompt to every frame of your video. Storyboard mode. Turn mockups into fully stylized and animated renders. Mask mode. Isolate subjects in your video and modify them with simple text prompts. Render mode. Turn untextured renders into realistic outputs by applying an input image or prompt. And customization mode. Unleash the full power of Gen 1 by customizing the model for even higher fidelity results. Gen 1 represents a pivotal step forward in generative AI, one that brings us meaningfully closer to realizing the future of storytelling.
Here is Runway's introduction page, where we can actually take an even deeper look into this. They're actually going to be releasing a research paper soon, which should go a little bit more in depth on what this is all about. As you can see, they have that claymation example in the background, which honestly was shockingly good. I think you guys can agree. All of it was pretty crazy. It's a very, very interesting concept here, because when we think of the natural evolution of, text to image, it's, text to video. Well, they're offering video to video. So what you do is you just take your phone or something and then film the general gist or the general idea of something, and you could use anything as a prop, and then use AI to then recreate what you actually want to see. So it's a very interesting concept, and it seems like their model, their custom Gen 1 model here, is actually working pretty darn well. And then they have an interactive demo here where you can see all they had to do was film a train in real life, and they can turn it into any kind of train they could ever think of. Completely change the art style, make it look like it's an animated film. Really insane technology. This is going to allow the average everyday user to create what their imagination holds. I think with video generation, they kind of have the right idea. When you're trying to creatively express an idea in your head, you can envision it in your head before it actually exists out in the world. By using the video-to-video method, it's actually a strategic advantage in giving the creative user more creative flexibility at the end of the day. Because I could create an entire video with this art style here, with this new art style, that all exists on a train, and all I have to do is go to a real train and film everything, and everything can be changed later in post. There's so much post-production value. Anything can become a prop. Like, you could easily turn yourself into some terrifying little animated monster by just filming yourself. And of course, this is not like you need any kind of a fancy camera or anything like that. You just record yourself with your phone, and then bam, This is an example that I especially like. This is, shown further how you can just use props to completely recreate scenes. Obviously, this video generation isn't super coherent of a city, but it's good enough, and you can totally see where it derived all the information from. Like, you want the big skyscrapers in there, and then you slowly zoom and pan in there, and it completely generates that shot for you. In a few years, when this stuff gets a little bit more crystal clear, who knows what, the average person sitting at their home could create. You don't even need to go out to create anything super cool. And they actually describe these as different modes. So going back to this one, this is the stylization mode. So you're taking this original video and you're completely giving it a new style with a deriving image. And it is very accurate in the way that it's able to pick up what is happening with this derived image. And then this one was storyboard, so this is where you're using mock-ups to create a fully stylized animated render. And again, this is masking, which is a feature that Runway already has, by the way, but they don't have this transferal yet, where you can just highlight an object in your video and completely edit it in real time. So you're changing this dog's fur, and this one, honestly, I think was the least impressive result out of all of them, but nonetheless, it's pretty cool to see. I find this extremely, extremely exciting. This one I also thought was really, really cool. You don't have to be a good animator anymore. You can just create little mock-ups of renders in Blender or something like that, and then completely change the end result and make it look even photorealistic at the end of the day. So this one was a really, really cool example that I thought as well. This is you're just turning an untextured render into a completely realistic output by just applying an input image or just a prompt. And apparently this customization is the full power of their Gen 1 model, where you get the best results. You actually are training a meta model here with a few little test images, and it's completely able to change the whole concept behind a final video based off of those initial images. So this is really, really cool stuff, and it's interesting how accurate it is with the eyes here. If you look at this guy's eyes and the way he turns, really, really interesting. So I think the examples here are incredibly impressive. This is going to be an insane creative tool. Runway ML has been known to provide really, really fascinating products before, so I have a lot of respect for this company, seeing what they've done in the past. And honestly, guys, if this isn't impressing you, you should check out some of the other stuff that they already offer on their website. We'll go check out those real quick, actually, because I do think for people who don't know about Runway, this is actually important information. This is a really cool AI company. First thing is, first with Runway, you actually can fully create and use Runway for completely free, so there's a lot of free trialness that goes on here. They're very lenient with letting you see and use how this tech actually works under the hood. They also have integrated Dream Booth, which is really awesome, and they call their version of Dream Booth AI Training. They've also got AI magic tools, and this is where all the fun is. They've got the train a portrait generator, train an animal generator, custom generator. They have full AI-based background removal, which works really, really fantastic. They've also got, just regular text-to-image generation. Under the hood, this is definitely Stable Diffusion based, but it's not bad Stable Diffusion implementation by any means. They've actually got full erase and replace in painting as well, and this is known as their infinite image, which I would consider true outpainting, where you could upload an image in here and then generate with Stable Diffusion as an editor, and this is really nice. So this is a pretty DALL-E 2-esque editing suite that they have here. Text to a 3D texture, which is pretty crazy. They have video-based in-painting, which I covered a while back, and that was awesome to see. And, some more video editing-esque stuff. But yeah, you can see that Runway ML is definitely a very nice AI company with a lot of tech behind them. This is going to be a pretty big deal, and it should be releasing pretty soon, because Runway has definitely been known to bring their technology into the mainstream and allow us to actually use it. I would definitely request access. We'll see how quickly they give out access to this thing, but it's on its way, and I'm very excited for it. Because as we were talking about earlier, text-to-image is really awesome, but what about text-to-video? Or just AI video generation in general, which really seems to be what Gen 1 is trying to encompass here with Runway ML. Gen 1 seems like it's going to be a new kind of tool for the creative person who wants to make videos. It's incredibly exciting, and I can't wait to see what the future generations are going to be able to make with technology like this. Crazy anime.
Fingers and thumbs and thumbs and fingers. This is the thumb and finger song.
Well, Morty, seriously, I mean, what are you doing?
Well, I don't know how to open up the portal. Honestly, I would like to open up a portal, but I don't know how to open up. Wiggles.
What are you waiting for? Open the portal wall.
Portal wall! There we go. Good. Okay, new location. Yes, that's probably it. New location, Aaron. Hello there, portal wall. There's blood on it. Is that a problem? Hello! It's you! In the place that you are... I'll just step on through then.
Oh, finally. You definitely screwed up with this upgrade, Clone Morty. Came here to get a special kind of egg. Why don't you figure out how to get it, bring it over here while I fix the mess you made of my car?
Well, I worked out how to excite it.
Alright, get over here and give the egg to the car.
Hey. Hang on. Do be careful with this. It's an egg. There you go. Excellently caught. Very softly handled.
I'm not so sure about this, Rick. This seems like some kind of nature preserve, you know? Morty, it is a nature preserve, and I'm way ahead of you. I disabled any alarms or any detective measures that might have...
That means he didn't... Yeah, there it is. There it is. Call that one. Call that one. Oh, you're in problems now.
I'm gonna suit you up for combat. I'm not dealing with these dumb insects today.
Alright. Okay. Oh. Hello, combat. Be gone, you. Why don't you give me these straight away? Oh, you force-fielded yourself. Hello, buff creatures. Be gone, then. I didn't expect such wars to be fought over here. This is a delight, isn't it? Where you going? Hello. Hey. Come back here now. Oh, now that is just very awkward, isn't it? That is very terrible.
Rick, Clone Morty, you're an idiot. We're totally safe now, and we're on our way back. Honestly, I could have stayed here the whole time. Oh, I got shot in the head. Okay, there we do it. Hello.
Mr. Flip-Flop Waffle Man, obviously you can't make up your mind, so let's just barrel through.
I'll be honest, you're losing me. Press that button. Oh, we are back.
Welcome back, Clone Morty. The egg we acquired is on the desk, so go ahead and find somewhere warm to incubate it.
Oh, the light for that heats a little bit. Right? There's a little bit of heat there while I work it. It works! Get off my face! You grotesque creation! He's kind of cute in a very forceful way. Hello?
Oh my god, this is perfect, Clone Morty. It imprinted on you. Hey, look, it wants to play. Hey, Clone, you should find something and, throw it and play fetch with it.
You want me to play fetch with it? What about a bomb? Giggle. Go fetch it. Would you like to be made of metal? Bloody hell, it's green egg. Oh, he ate it. He ate kind of himself, sort of. You're kind of adorable, little buddy. You're kind of cute. Apart from when you were sucking on my face, that wasn't very cool. You kind of... Do you want to go in here? Oh, you want the doorknob. Go get it. Oh, I love him, and I hope nothing bad ever happens to him. Maybe if I just put him in the fridge for a bit, that's what he wants. No. He's giggling, and he loves it. How you doing in there, little buddy? Are you doing good? Come on then, friend. Come on. There you are. Tell me what you desire. You want to make a portal wall and go somewhere fun and exciting? Open wide. Here we are, little buddy. He's happy. What is he doing? He's doing gigantic poops, maybe. No, if you gotta go, you go in the toilet. Oh, in there? What is that? Oh, they're laxatives, my friend. Would you like a laxative?
Laxative. To make you shit better.
I know what a bloody laxative is.
Oh, wait, I do.
Now he's gone poopies.
You poor little
Let
thing.
it flow, my chum. Actually, he bloody broke your toilet.
All you have to do is just look at the little...
Yeah, I know what he's doing, but he's got a habit of being naughty. He's bloody gone again. What is he doing now?
Ron speaking.
Ronky Baby, how does a FanDuel Super Bowl commercial sound?
Great.
Ow, you want to play a game? Ooh.
I love that game so much, I tried to find a home version of it.
Hey, how about this? How about you shut up? Yes, we're having good times. How do we play video games then? I play that. Okay, yep, plop. Ah. I don't think this helmet is gonna fit you, buddy. I'm kind of getting to be in love with you, you adorable little scamp. Get against the wall. Don't try and suck my face off when I'm in this inside. Hello.
Oh, my sweet little Troy.
Hello, I'm baby Troy. Wow, wow, woo. I'll solve a Rubik's Cube.
You've always been a smart one, Troy.
What? Oh, we've advanced.
Everybody finish up marking down your answers. I'll be collecting the tests in a moment.
1 + 1 = 2. True. Or false. Somewhere in the middle. Oh, not
Troy,
true.
you're the first one finished again. Very good work.
I'm the only one here. That's not even what I meant to... Oh, we're speeding up again.
Hey everyone, cheers to Troy.
To Troy. Hello, madam. Shall we get married? Shall we get married? Drink, glug, 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 yes.
Just know you're gonna make some great invention or something, man.
I will. I'll make a great invention. I got in time to listen to you talking now. 31 years!
The results are in, Troy. The experiment was a success.
It
We're
was?
gonna change the world with this new compound.
I did do 35 years.
Troy, you can't keep doing this forever. It's time to get realistic.
We did do marriage. Let's bring a parenting into the world. I mean, a child. Let's do child.
Show me what it is you want to do.
I want to do children. I mean, not. I want to bring a children into the. That's a different thing. I don't want to do the. I want to bring a child in. Let's have a children.
How does it feel to be a father?
Grotesque.
I'm so happy, Troy. I feel like everything's gonna be fine now.
Probably will be. I'll drop the baby.
Doctor, isn't there anything you can do for him?
Exposure to dangerous chemicals, radiation.
About 10 seconds.
I got radiation. What? Did she just say something about...
Troy, I can't believe this.
Did she just say 10 seconds to live? No.
I'll never forget the moment
No.
of time together.
No. Buddy, I have lived a life. Oh, you want to spin it again? Where are you going? What is that? Is that a prize? Here, give me prizes. Hey, what does that mean? What is this? Hey, what does that do?
The mailman says, my man.
He does say that. What is this about here? What have you constructed? Should I be concerned? Probably should be this sharp glass. Don't be cutting yourself or anyone else. What is the green goop around us, my chum? Metal flying disc and a mace. Now we combine the mace and that and make a metal flying disc thing. It's not quite what I combine the flying disc with a metal can and then get a metal disc, huh? I'll combine the metal flying disc with the mace and then this is what you want. This is what you want. This is what you want. Looks like a giant piece of color, doesn't it? Shall we slice you up? Shall we slice that eye until you burst of goo? Ah, there we did it, my friend. What do we gotta do now? We need a bulb and a growth pill. Light bulb. You're giggling. Get out of my way. We need a light bulb. It bloody breaks every time. We gotta find a way to not get it breaking. Broken and broken equals not broken. Yes, it works. I'm a genius. Growth pill. There we go. Giant light bulb. Perfection. There's that done. Ooh, it lights up. Catch sounds. I got a sound spin. Where's my sound spinny? Buddy, where's the spinny sound thing that we want in the game? Bloody find it. Somewhere I know it is. It's around here somewhere I know it is because I threw it somewhere. Is that it in there? Oh god, I've gone through the... Oh, fuck's sake, I had it and it just put it through the wall. I don't want to play the bloody game for it again. I really don't.
Is that all your friends, Troy?
Yeah, this is my best friend. Let me grow up. I know I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
I'll never forget the moment of our time together.
Fud. Yay! Give me the bloody thing. Go. Shut up. Shut up with your wiggly noises. Hurry up. Yeah. That's not what I wanted. What the hell is that? Please. For God's sake, that's something completely new again. Strawberry smiggles. Don't give a damn about no damn strawberry smiggles. Maybe if I just exit and then join again.
Welcome back, Con Morty.
Troy, you can't keep doing this forever.
That one.
Do you really think it's time?
Well, let's bloody do it then. Let's do the boomby bumpy bump. Let's go. Do the boomby bumpy bump. Get a bumpy 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 boom. Come on.
Congratulations, Troy.
Here's my baby here.
Troy, what's wrong with you?
Oh no! I dropped the baby forcefully. Oh, that might change things again.
So, you're in the baby dropper, huh?
I didn't mean to drop the baby. I mean, I did. Maybe I did different things last time and I still got the same result.
Mates, your time starts now.
Maybe, hey, listen, maybe it doesn't matter what I do, you know, maybe I get...
It's hard for me to even be here seeing you, Troy. I dream about our child every night.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, Dave, don't care about the dead babies. Give me the thing that I need.
Not gonna lie to you, Troy. It's bad.
What is it? Long-term stress. Excellent. Good. Okay, I'm gonna die in 10 seconds. Go, blah, blah, blue. In 10 seconds, I will scratch your eyes out like a cat with rabies, my friend. Don't worry, little buddy. We're gonna fix your dumb little suitcase of bullshit. We're gonna do it. Come on. Yes! There we are. What's happening? Did I do it, little buddy? Did we do success times? Excuse me just a moment. Hello?
Alright, it looks like you can follow the instructions of possibly the second dumbest thing in the universe next to you.
We did it, buddy. We did it. I don't know what we did, but we did it.
What a cute little creature. Come here, little guy.
Please don't hurt him. Please. Oh, don't. What are you doing? What are you doing? You yanked his doodle out of his poodle. Why did you do that?
Why would you have the clone help it and then just kill it like that? You eat chicken, Morty. What do you think happens to them? You know, it's a cold universe.
You know, he's not wrong, but goddamn it. I'm gonna take your bloody right. I'm gonna break something and. That's bad, right? Where are you going? Wait, guys, where are you going? Was that the postman?
Morty, something is coming. We're gonna have to open the garage until we have to deal with it.
What do you mean something is coming? The bloody hell is that? It's like the mother of the thing you put your thumbs in its anal. Oh dear. Listen, it wasn't me. I love your son.
You remember the guns? Grab them and just shoot the damn thing.
It hurts me to do this, but not really. But I'll yeah. Oh, were you blocking your eyes at it? It's charging up his lasers. It's charging up his lasers. Oh god. Oh. Well, it killed me. Hello, my friend. I think I have to feed you. Is that it? Are you hungry? No. That's bad. Stop doing that. Ooh, look at this delicious phallus thing. Have a chompy. Have that in your butt bit. There it is.
What did the creature do after it ate Clone Morty? Help it shit, Clone Morty.
Why does it need to help? How has it survived so long without needing to help it other shit? Everyone needs the help of me, don't they? Of course, they're not going to shit themselves without me being around. Simplest bloody thing in the universe, but you don't need me to. There it is, a big laxative, my friend, isn't it? There we are. Get that inside of you. There you go. Your poop blew you up a mood. Right. Talk to me.
Hey, look, Rick. The mama has a dangly thing just like that baby creature did.
I'm very sorry about this. Runs in the family, I suppose. If you don't mind, just tickle it a little bit. Hooray, we did a thing. You kill yourself now as well. Oh god, there's a bigger one. Hello.
Jesus, that thing is huge.
It's affecting the weather.
Open up a portal to the satellite and I'll meet you there.
Okay. Excuse me. I'll be a while. Oh, this is gonzo shit, isn't it?
Oh, that thing is so big. I think it's gonna destroy the Earth. Not if we act fast. Clone Morty, stand still. Let me calibrate my shrink ray so that it'll make you big enough to fight that thing. Okay.
Hey, I'm Kayla, and I'm one of the AI voices from Revoicer. I can be sad, and you'll think that I might break...
Okay, man, but we're done with it. Anyway,
I am very big.
We've already killed a couple of these things, so I'm pretty sure you know what to do.
Yeah. Listen, little buddy, you remind me of a little creature I once had and called my own. I'm just gonna throw you into the moon.
Huh. Well, I guess throwing it is as good as killing it. I shouldn't have expected any different. Clone Morty, I'm gonna have to kill you again. Hold still.
No, don't do that. No, don't do... You bloody did it.
Clone Morty, nice job in orbit. Hey, look what I did to that little friend of yours.
You pureed him. You pureed my little friend into butt mouth blend. Very good.
Morty, there you are. Quick, you need to combine this mega seed with that jar of goo.
Why? Alien goo?
Morty, there you are. Quick, I need to combine this mega seed with... Wait a second. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? You stay away from my Morty. Wait. You're Morty. You're not his Rick, asshole. It takes one gaping asshole to know a gaping asshole. Ow, asshole.
If you don't mind everything pushed back, it broke it.
A little help here, Morty? Ow. Oh.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Fuck you. No, fuck you, bitch. Don't call me a bitch. Jesus, I can't take this anymore. Look, Morty, you want to kill a Rick? There's only one way to kill a Rick that never fails. Oh, God, it failed.
Bloody hell.
Look what you did, Look what you did. We're just lucky that clone is too stupid to figure out how to fix this gun.
I can fix the gun.
Eternity at this rate.
My God, I can fix it. Oh, I just put it back together. Oh, that's lovely. Okay.
What are you doing there, little buddy?
Well, I got a gun and everything.
No, I'm not me.
Well, tell me why not you, and then I'll consider not being you.
I'm the real Rick. I'm your
Well,
Rick.
you would say that, and the real Rick would... Maybe you're both real Ricks. We're dealing with dimensions here, gentlemen.
I made you. It doesn't work like that.
It can work however I want it to.
Woohoo! Yeah, take that, Rick. Yeah, that's it.
You killed the Rick.
Rick, the clone has a gun. Time to shoot another clone, Morty.
Don't do that. Oh, for God's sake, what the hell?
Welcome back, Clone Morty. I gotta hand it to you. You really did a great job. High five. Come on, don't leave me hanging, Morty clone. I've learned it's better to just play along.
Well, I don't want to die for fine. Why is it squishy?
God, what did you do?
You broke my arm off.
It's a computer chip, Morty. Everyone knows you can't just combine raw mega seed. All right, now go ahead, Clone Morty, and use the chip to upgrade the machine.
Oh.
All right, perfect. Now try combining the extract of that little creature that you loved with the mega seed.
Okay, then.
All right, we're almost there. All we have to do now is combine that omega seed with anything that already has fluid in it.
Yeah, this is going to be a joke, isn't it? Fine, I'll combine it with more wine bottle.
Oh, shit. The omega detergent. The softest, most powerful clean substance in the known universe. Time to do some laundry, Clone Morty. Just pour the detergent into the washer.
Oh, for God's sake, don't bloody drop it on me. What are you doing? It's bloody filthy. What have you been doing with it? Bloody laundry that you want me to bloody do. Everything I've done, you bring me back just to clean some bloody dirty. What is that? Is that blood? Whose blood is that? My blood?
Don't you get it? That's what we've been doing this whole time, Morty.
This whole situation is about laundry. That's just excellent. What is that?
There's a bigger plan here, right? I've had this whole thing figured out for a while now.
What is that?
Maybe you just need to put this into perspective, you know?
I'm gonna go shoot myself.
Maybe this is really fucked up.
Job done, I guess.
Thanks to my Patreon producers, Argo the Fox, Seaper2700, Adam Bomb, Alex McNeil, Alex May, Alexandra Rodriguez, Arthur Back and Forth, Cthulhu, Steve, David Ham.
There's a lot of dangerous trajectories that could take possibly. Like I did the chess playing thing, not with anal beads, but there is, for people who are curious, I discovered this. This is fascinating. There's quite a lot of anal beads and butt plugs and sex toys that are Bluetooth connected. And they have Python APIs. So if you're curious,
There's quite a lot of them?
Yeah. So you can program, there's a, I think it's actually called, on GitHub, butt plug.
Can you have them
named
move to music?
A tip, wait, I'm sorry, what? It's a tips music? What do you mean move to music? So there's a set of, yeah, 100%. I don't know if your ass or vagina can feel that. I don't know. I've not investigated any of this, but clearly a lot of people are.
Imagine it syncs to a song. You're masturbating to Inagata Navid.
No, that's pretty easy actually to do. Yeah, this is something you would 100% do. But I don't know how much interest this. But anyway,
so you could somehow or another use that to send a signal that would tell you night or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't use that. I just used there's a bunch of devices that can vibrate. They're just like a size of just like the size of a quarter, and so I played with that.
How would I don't even know how they theorize. If someone's playing chess and they have an anal bead that gives them signals, how could it even tell you how to move your pieces around? Like, what kind of a bizarre code would you have to...
Well, I'm glad you asked, John. That's a cool way of doing it. No, so for a beginner like me, so it's just like a mediocre player like me, you would use a lot of information like Morse code. You would say, take this piece, so it's the position of that piece, and move it to here. And that's a lot of vibration.
Right.
For a grandmaster level player, all you need is a very low resolution signal about even just the information of there exists a move here that's not standard, that's going to be very strong. So that sends a grandmaster signal to think about this position. Like there's obvious moves and there's non-obvious moves. And like I'm just giving you examples of like a grandmaster needs a much fewer signal.
I see what you're saying.
So I would most normal players would need to be buzzing like crazy. But so with Morse code, there's a lot of different ways to compress. Like if you want to get good at this, it's actually I forget how many bits of data are needed, but it's very little. But if the easy one is Morse code to just send you the position of the piece. Yeah. The interesting thing that I have not tested, and the audience, the few people in the audience that want to test this, is a lot of the vibrating devices have different settings, 0 to 20. I wonder how sensitive you are to be able to tell the difference between the settings.
Right, you can kind of like hover the piece of like warmer,
exactly.
colder.
So you get information. I don't know if you can get information from the different intensities, or does it have to be binary 0, 1?
They weren't playing speed chess, were they?
No. This was the classical game, so you can wait as long as you want.
Yeah. Maybe you could kind of like hover.
No, because but the way he would cheat is I think it would go. The games were delayed by a few minutes, I think, so you can't hover. You have to. You just need to have the current state of the chessboard, and because you have to have the video stream of the chess. You have to somehow. It's two-way communication. You have to communicate to the AI, to the game playing engine, to the chess engine. What is the state of the current board? What was the move of your opponent?
Right, and so is there an overhead camera that allows and it's streamed?
Yes, it's streamed. Yeah.
Well, the solution to that would be
Thank you.
right?
Yeah, but there's also probably
Almost, sir. Sorry, I didn't see your message.
Probably send signal.
Not sure how I didn't.
On your body somehow by tapping and so on. What the opponent did. I don't know exactly how you would. It's. I think protecting against cheating. For over-the-board chess, which is in-person chess, I think it's pretty easy. They just have to take effort to do that. Like they scanned him, which I think if he didn't cheat is kind of embarrassing, but it's also awesome. So I think he brought a lot of attention to chess.
Yeah, definitely. Which is wild. Like a lot of people were paying attention to it because it was a scandal. That's what we like. Regular chess is boring. We want a scandal.
It's not just a scandal. I mean, they kind of are looking for the Bobby Fischer.
Yeah.
For the young American, wild type of character who might be a genius, who might not actually be cheating. There might be some brilliance here, beating the best person in the world, Magnus Carlsen, over the board.
Well, he's beaten some really good players before, right?
Yes, but not as like he had a meteoric rise. So I think he's beaten some very good players, but mostly people know he's not as good as. He's not as good as somebody who can regularly beat Magnus Carlsen. Also, it's possible he got into Magnus's head because I think Magnus believes him and has believed that he's a cheater for a long time.
Yeah.
And he really hates cheaters, and so it's possible there's the same with you. Like you hate people that steal jokes, right? Comedians hate people. Like you might not have a normal interaction with a person that's suspected of having stolen a joke in the same way he might have gotten in his head.
Billy.
Well, he resigned in his first move the next time they played.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Melt this soft mineral in your mouth if you can taste metallic blood in your Today's episode is brought to you by Skillshare.
Hey, 42 here. We humans like to think of ourselves as the undisputed masters of planet Earth. We have arduously evolved over hundreds of thousands of years, the advanced adaptations required to survive in a slightly warm living room. With the aid of advanced technology, our civilization has settled in every petrified pocket and withered wasteland on this wicked world. Except that's not entirely true. As of today, humans can be found in significantly less than 1% of all livable locations on Earth. At first, that might sound hard to believe. Aside from the tallest mountains, the hottest deserts, and that Brazilian island full of fucking snakes, we've built permanent settlements pretty much everywhere, haven't we? Actually, not even close. For the simple reason that well over 99% of the planet's habitable space is found in the world's oceans. And, as of today, we've colonized precisely none of it. From our terra firma first perspective, it's easy to underestimate the sheer scale of the underwater world. There are over 1 billion
Hey Mom,
cubic
69er.
kilometers of water in Earth's combined
How are you?
oceans. And the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on the ocean floor, is a
What's
staggering
going on?
6.8 miles beneath the surface. Just saying that number,
Wow.
6.8 miles, doesn't really give you a sense of just how far down we're talking here, so let's make a comparison. The world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, is almost twice the height of the Empire State Building. And yet, you could stack 13 Burj Khalifas,
Oh, you know,
one on top of
watching
the other,
YouTube,
in the
thinking I need to go take a piss,
and you
thinking about doing
still
some
won't
yoga.
break the surface.
I don't know.
That, dear 42 viewer, is absolutely
How about you?
mental. Now, I do a lot of work whilst travelling, and Surfshark VPN keeps me safe and private by covering up everything I do online when I'm out and about. But Surfshark VPN also lets you travel the world virtually by changing your virtual location. So you can check out websites and streaming services from all around. Quite simply, Surfshark VPN is an essential tool, and by using the code 42 in the description below, so don't miss out. And thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Most of the ocean is significantly shallower than the Mariana Trench, but the global average depth is still a healthy 2.3 miles.
I slept for a little while this afternoon. I took a nap.
Considering its sheer size, it should come as no
I need to take my
surprise that the ocean is
I need
home
to take
to
my
some
next
78%
antibiotic for
of
tonight.
Earth's
What time is
total
it? Yeah, I
animal
gotta take that pretty
biomass.
soon.
Near the surface, that biomass comes in the form of animals that are found
Antibiotics.
whales, sharks, brightly coloured fish, sexy mermaids, that sort of thing. But dive a little deeper, and a deluge of disturbing creatures awaits. At 400 meters, you'll meet the monstrous goblin shark, whose
Jesus, what is that thing supposed to be?
to engulf unsuspecting prey. Descend further to around 1,000 meters, and a humorous respite
Good
awaits
House. I gotta watch
in the
that
form
too.
of the blobfish. Multiple
Yeah,
women,
that
and
Good
the
House. What do you
Ugliest
think of it?
Animal Alive Award.
Oh, I forgot about that movie. Still gotta watch that.
Sink further
It
still
wasn't
to
very
the
good.
shadowy depths, to 2,000 meters
Dang
below,
it.
and you'll encounter the ghastly gulper eel, a creature that brings new meaning to the phrase.
I started to watch Velma again, but I can't finish an episode lately. It's just ridiculous. What do you want? It's so bad.
Workshop also breeds giants. From the Kraken to Jormungandr.
I don't know what Mindy Kaling was doing, but it's not
stories of
cool.
sea monsters for thousands of years. And perhaps there's good reason for that, because
Whoa.
thanks to a phenomenon
I don't
known
know
as
about
deep
that.
sea
That might be
gigantism,
alright, right?
many creatures
Maybe.
that have evolved to live in the darkest ocean depths
Yeah.
are significantly larger than similar species found in the shallows.
What do you want?
Probably the most famous example of deep sea gigantism is the giant
That
squid,
doesn't sound good.
reaching a maximum
Yeah,
length of 30
I gotta agree with you on
meters
that.
and weighing
That's
in at over 250
not
kilograms.
appealing.
This substantial cephalopod is literally hundreds of times larger than many of its
Come on.
shallow water cousins. The giant squid is a genuine
I mean, maybe in the Avatar, you know, as the teenage Sigourney Weaver, that might have been hot. Probably, yeah. I'm not very into romance drama myself. I read enough genre ring. I'm good.
The colossal squid is the largest invertebrate on planet Earth, with eyes the size of basketballs and hooked suckers capable of leaving sperm.
You're driving Daddy crazy. What is with you guys? You take turns doing this.
Here's a subsurface specimen that'll give you
Don't be having them claws out.
This little critter is a giant isopod.
You're not high enough off the
If it
ground.
looks
Okay.
strangely familiar, that's probably because it's closely related to the humble woodlouse. A well-fed woodlouse is about a centimetre long and weighs less than a gram soaking wet. The giant isopod, on the other hand, can grow close to 0.5 metre and weighs almost 2 kilograms.
Cut it out.
Where we look in the deepest, darkest depths of the
Knock it
ocean,
off.
we see a similar story. Familiar-looking animals that have been mysteriously dino-sized, like the Japanese spider.
Yeah, I like sci-fi a lot. I like fantasy. I like action sometimes. You gotta go. Whoa.
Reach a maximum length of around 11 meters. 11 meters. It's
What?
like God turned up to work
Go.
drunk on the 5th day.
They
and
just
made
won't
bunch of
stop.
rounding errors. So, just what the hell is going on here? What's causing deep-sea species to grow so freakishly large? The truth is, we aren't actually 100% sure. As you're probably already aware, we know surprisingly little about the ocean floor. In fact, up until 2019, more people had walked on the surface of the moon than had
sci-fi's pretty
visited the
good.
deepest part of the Mariana Trench.
You are being bad though. You're being bad. You're bad. You're naughty.
Creatures that live there
Naughty.
difficult to study. Take the colossal squid as a prime example. As long as a London bus and weighing more than a fully grown polar bear, you'd think it'd be pretty bloody hard to miss. And yet, with all our fancy technology and remotely operated submersibles, not a single colossal squid has ever been observed in its natural habitat. Not one. And since we never get to back ourselves one of these beasties, research into the causes of deep-sea gigantism has proved rather difficult. But we do have some surprising theories. The first is that food scarcity is the primary cause. The idea that a lack of food could somehow stimulate the evolution of larger animals might sound like nonsense. Surely the opposite would happen, right? But dive a little deeper into the science and this apparent contradiction starts to make a lot of sense.
Yeah, Bumblebee was pretty good. That was a fun one still. There hasn't been much lately. I really haven't been impressed with what I've seen lately. It's just not the kind of movies I'm looking for. Ooh, you farted. No, go on. Go. Go. Go, fart box. Go. Ah!
Marine snow. A deep ocean delicacy, marine snow is basically a mix of dead animals, decaying phytoplankton, and a whole load of
Yes, it sounds right.
slowly drifts into the abyss from the shallow
Oh, you're being bad.
Sounds delicious. Marine snow supplemented by the carcasses of large
They get into the garbage in the bathroom and they take the Q-tips, and recently they got into the box of Q-tips on the shelf in the bathroom, and so now Dad doesn't have any Q-tips. Yep, I don't have a Q-tip no more. I wonder why. Whoop! Ha!
means it can cover longer distances more quickly, increasing its foraging radius and improving its chance of being the first in the sea when food does drift so deliciously downwards. Large animals are also able to store more food than smaller ones, helping them to survive long periods without sustenance.
Okay, not that way. We'll go this way.
Many deep-sea creatures
Ready?
have evolved
Ready?
expendable stomachs that allow them to take in the maximum amount of food possible on the rare occasions a solid meal presents itself.
I'm not trying to get more of you to come.
Results can be surprising. A giant isopod with the catchy nickname.
Yes, they really have.
Isopod 1
They've gotten
once
sad.
went 5 years without eating
Like
a
they're
single
not
thing.
good.
Presumably in
I kind of liked The Witcher, but
in the Toba Aquarium.
you know, I mean that's a TV series, but
5 years
and then I was looking forward to the Wheel of Time series, but I'm not sure exactly how I feel about it after watching the first season. Like that was
a more efficient metabolism.
different.
According to Kleiber's law,
I'm not saying it was bad.
smaller crates
That one was pretty good, really, but
power of its mass.
then what happens with the good ones? The good ones seem to get taken off, right? Like I like Westworld, even though Westworld's gotten fucking kind of out there, but I guess it's getting maybe saved.
20% of its body weight every single day to survive, whereas an elephant only needs to consume 4 or 5% of its body weight. In other
Stop
words,
it. No,
larger
stop it.
animals use energy more efficiently.
Stop it.
That is a massive bonus in an environment where food is scarce. Now, the other theory as to why creatures of the deep grow so big is related to temperature.
Yes, they chew up the
Because cold water is
Q-tips.
denser and therefore heavier than warm water, it sinks, and that means deep-sea environments are extremely cold. Frigid temperatures inhibit the speed of metabolic processes, decreasing the amount of food and oxygen required to sustain life. A slower metabolism is also thought to be part of the reason many deep-sea creatures grow slower and live longer than similar species in shallower waters. As an extreme example, recent research suggests that the bottom-dwelling Greenland shark may be able to live to well over 500 years old, making it the longest living vertebrate ever discovered. Just think about that for a second. There may be a Greenland shark.
Everybody else is over there sleeping, relaxed, and chilling out. They all got their spots.
Painted the Mona Lisa in the early 16th century.
Speaking of Q-tips, yeah, there's one right there, dragged into the living room from the bathroom by a little rotter.
A tendency for species that live in frigid waters of the Arctic and southern oceans to exhibit gigantism, even in shallow waters. Sea spiders are a great example. In most parts of the world, sea spiders are relatively tiny, thankfully, from a few millimeters to a couple of centimeters across. The Antarctic sea spider, on the other hand, has a nightmare-inducing 70-centimeter leg span, easily big enough to latch onto your face and inject thousands of babies directly down your throat. Similar massive increases in body size can be seen in polar sponges, worms, starfish, and even single-celled organisms. Okay, so we've got the food scarcity theory and the temperature theory, but there's also a far simpler reason deep-sea species...
Oh no, yeah, you can't, you gotta beat them with the toilet paper. Like, the toilet paper has to be absolutely no fun, not a fun option. You can't beat them with Q-tips. They're just like, that's funny, Dad.
attract less attention from things that might want to eat them. The truth is, there's probably no single unifying explanation for deep-sea gigantism, and different variables will play a bigger role in some species than others. It's also worth pointing out that plenty of abyssal creatures exhibit the exact opposite effect, deep-sea dwarfism, which is a clear indicator that this little puzzle is unlikely to have a simple answer. Ultimately, the deep ocean is a chance to see how life somehow finds a way
treating you like a baby.
in one of the most inhospitable environments on planet Earth.
Nope, give Daddy space.
Thanks for watching.
Nope. No. No. Get off of me. You're not listening. You're just doing what you want. Stop it. Huh. I threw you. Like, that's a mean thing to do.
AI is coming.
Look at how I'm lifting you up. Look at this. This is mean. I'm being mean. I'm roughhousing you too much. I'm grabbing you by the scruff of your neck and whomping you on the floor. Stop it.
A lot of negative attention thanks to the lawsuits piling up against it. At first, the lawsuit seemed like it was a matter of
this is ridiculous. You see what's happening to me right now?
Reported that 3 of them,
Stop.
Sarah Anderson, Kelly McKernan, and Carla Ortiz, filed a lawsuit against Stability AI.
Stop it.
I can't tell you how many times I've tried to write the beginning of this video. It is so difficult to relay what it is about Pyramid Head that causes such unease, even for the most desensitized souls. After many starting attempts and erasures, I oddly found my answer when I admitted defeat. You can't define Pyramid Head's elusive, terrifying quality, no more than you can define what darkness is in common terms. Darkness and all the evil it symbolizes, it just is. You can't question it, you can't argue with it. It is an eternal force.
Mine climbs up the metal door like
we
Kuma.
might never reconcile ourselves to. It is always there.
Oh God! What a nice moment that must have been. You, I said stop it. Now I'm just gonna hold you up in the air.
He symbolizes that
You're stuck there now. That's your spot.
Unstoppable brutality. However, unlike that formless darkness
Nope,
which
that's your
Pyramid
spot.
Head embodies, he
Stop
himself
it.
has an actual form, a muscular male with a tattered white robe and a cast iron helmet, along with many deadly weapons. Fans have theorized about why he takes the form he does and what his
You're
ultimate
scratching Dad.
purpose is.
Stop it.
Some characterize him as a purely evil demon destined to haunt all who enter
Well, then
Silent
go
Hill.
on then.
Others theorize that Pyramid Head is actually trying to help James Sunderland to his end
Don't
goal.
do it.
As for myself,
Don't do
I've
it.
rediscovered some information regarding Silent Hill, which not only might definitively prove who Pyramid Head is, but seemingly legitimizes almost every major theory that has come before, as illogical as that may seem. Needless to say, there are spoilers ahead. Let's start with what we know for certain about Pyramid Head. The Book of Lost Memories describes him as follows. He takes the appearance of an executioner of times past, but is actually incarnated from a part of
God,
James'
cat howling at the window.
consciousness
Oh my
that feels
God.
that he deserves
What a terrifying
punishment.
moment.
As I have established in past videos about Silent Hill, the town has the power to give form to one's innermost thoughts. Simply put, Pyramid Head is the personification of a part of James Sunderland's mind. Pyramid Head has his face covered because his designer, Masahiro Ito, wanted a monster whose face could not be seen. Before he chose a pyramid to cover the face, he sketched the character with other masks. Ito soon found that the masks he sketched did not communicate the otherworldly terror that he sought. He figured characters like this might as well be any other human with a mask. He settled on a pyramid, seemingly because he took inspiration from drawings he did back in 1995. Drawings which show a mechanical creature with a pyramid as a head. The shape of the pyramid was inspired by a German experimental interceptor known as the Lippisch P-13A. The edges of the helmet were inspired by the skirt of the lower hull of the German tank King Tiger. Finally, his robes are inspired by one of the angels worshipped by Silent Hill's cult known as the Order. That angel was Valtiel, revered for being the closest of all angels to God. Valtiel was honored in the hopes that the Order's members might create a closer relationship with God. Like Pyramid Head, Valtiel has robes, a butcher's apron, gloves, and bloodstains galore. Not to mention that his face is also concealed. Beyond these few details, there is little that can be said about what Pyramid Head is. There is only clarification about what he is not. Despite what later incarnations might suggest, the only canonically correct representation of Pyramid Head was in Silent Hill 2. His appearances in Silent Hill Homecoming and elsewhere were made by corporate directive, and not with the continuity of the first 4 games in mind. The fleshy substance under the helmet is also non-canonical, with Masahiro Ito saying he had nothing to do with that. He has stated firmly that what is under the pyramid is a head. These are the few primary facts regarding who Pyramid Head is and is not. Several questions still must be answered. For instance, why is he wearing a pyramid and not something else? If there's a head under the helmet, what does the head look like? If he's a manifestation of James's imagination, why does he dress like one of the Order's former cult members? I will attempt to answer all these questions, but I must first establish my overall theory. In past videos I have done on Silent Hill, I've evoked the theories of famous psychoanalysts to help explain the town's horrors, specifically the theories of Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. I did this because the Book of Lost Memories explicitly states that the game borrows from psychoanalytic theory. For example, in my most recent Silent Hill video, I proposed that the character of Maria embodied a Jungian concept known as the anima. It's a bit too complicated to summarize here and now, but what's important is that those who watched the video seem to agree that my theory was correct. Following this, I wanted to see if psychoanalytic theory applied elsewhere in the Silent Hill universe. Given that Hiroyuki Iwaku cites Freud as a main inspiration, I wanted to see if Freud's most famous contribution could be applied to Silent Hill, his division of the human psyche into 3 parts: id, ego, and superego. To help simplify things, this division
we may have real UFO footage. Whoa, what? So if you're like me, you've been bugged out by one... You know a video game is old when there's an option to rewatch the intro video on the main menu.
Well,
Fallout has always been one of my favorite franchises. Honestly, anything with radiation gets me excited for some reason.
Thanks to high school science class, most of us have heard about radiation.
Like most people, I was introduced to Fallout by Todd Howard.
You dork. Go back to the chess club.
Or God Howard.
Yes, I was in the chess club.
And even though I've put hundreds and hundreds of hours into Fallout 3 and...
Bill Gates is in the news again because of his questionable relationship with Jeffrey.
When you stay at a...
This video that LeBron James posted, then deleted, got too close.
Elon, sir, with all due respect, teleporting to Mars, even with the new Tesla pods, doesn't seem like something we'll be able to do in our lifetime.
What's going on, Vin, man?
We must.
How you doing?
The people, they are turning against me. I must regain
Virus is a
trust.
good old one, too,
Sir,
yes.
We are beginning to question your judgment. Please reconsider your decision. And
I have to do this! I have to do this. I made a promise to an old friend.
It was.
I thought vacations were supposed to be fun. You've been to this island many times before, but you still seem to get lost. I'm not lost. I'm just thinking. You know, you fixate so much on the future and innovation that you never see the beauty that's right in front of you. I just want to change the world. Change it for the better. Leave humanity with something greater. Elon, listen. You are destined for great things. You've already done so much for the world. So much. You're strong.
Well, we could do some more.
And compassionate.
Or less.
Well, my name isn't Jeffrey Epstein. I will change the world, Jeffrey. I promise. I know. But hours of contemplation has left you tense, Elon.
Heineken virus? Yeah, dude, they didn't sell any Corona beer for a long time, did they?
Some say innovation is something that happens once in a generation. Why can't we shoot for the stars and then pass those stars to unknown worlds, or smell new air on different planets, enjoy a new sunset on different planets?
Well, actually, right now, I am streaming to two YouTube channels, an Odyssey channel, Super Chat. So, no, I can't at the moment. But we can hang out and talk, chill for a little while, watch some tube, you know. That's what I'm doing right now. A little later we might do some yoga, you know, I don't know. Have to wait and see what we get when we get there. There we go. All better now. How's everybody doing tonight, huh? How are you guys? Oh, it's over already. Who do we got in here? Just us again. I guess I pissed people off. Oh, darn it.
After work, nothing long. In 1997, I was in... Titans excitable to the Jaegers of Pacific Rim. To about 80% of all anime, giant fighting mechs can be found across pop culture. Mechs come in a variety of shapes and sizes. Some are made typical human proportions, while others may feature a short torso and these massive, long-ass legs. They also range from barely larger than a person to taller than the largest skyscraper. So, is it possible to build a mech that a person can ride around in? Well, yeah, absolutely.
The night is yet young, y'all. The night is yet young.
Just for show, and none of them are even close to combat ready.
It is only 7:51.
Currently in development is the Method 2 from South Korean robotics firm Hankook Mirai.
At least here in Michigan.
Method 2 looks exactly like you'd expect a mech to look, which makes sense. It's the perfect example of form over function, having been designed by Vitaly Bolgarov, an artist and designer who has worked on numerous Hollywood sci-fi movies. Once the nuclear robot was designed, Hankook Mirai got to work trying to design technology around the aesthetics, because that's what happens when you hire someone from Hollywood to make a giant robot. And this brings us to the first major point regarding the potential use of mechs. What problem does a mech solve? As far as we can tell, there is only one problem that mechs are designed to solve, and that is that current military technology just apparently doesn't look like badass humanoid robots. Military spending is already high enough, so that's probably not a great reason to invest $200 million per fighting mech. For that same amount of money, they could buy 5 F-15 fighter jets, 10 M1 Abrams tanks, and still have enough money left over to build a McDonald's franchise and staff it for a decade, although that last one doesn't really have much military value, although I suppose you could feed your soldiers McDonald's. Okay, but honestly, the main purpose of a mech seems to be that they're a giant robotic form of, well, wish fulfillment. A tank is a tank, a plane is a plane, but a mech is an extension of a person. Their movements are often depicted as being controlled by the pilot moving their arms and legs rather than flipping switches and pressing buttons, so it just somehow feels more personal and therefore awesome. It becomes less about the machine itself and more about the skill of the pilots and all sorts of other psychological nonsense that isn't a solid basis for designing a massive giant weapon. It's also totally disregarding the skill of pilots and tank commanders. In terms of a utilitarian piece of military equipment, however, it doesn't really seem to be solving any problems whatsoever. In fact, attempting to create a functioning mech is a complicated exercise in solving design problems that, well, just don't really exist. There are many problems with mechs. So, how many problems are there with using mechs in combat? And you might want to grab a snack, because this section goes on for a while. We've already touched on it, but one issue is cost. Mechs would be extremely expensive, far more expensive than a fleet of tanks. Now, economies of scale are a thing, so this price could eventually come down from $200 million or more each, but they are unlikely to ever be exactly an affordable option. And we're also going to be comparing mechs with tanks a lot in this section, as they are both ground-based weapons. Yes, we realise that flying mechs do exist, particularly in anime, but the idea that such a heavy and non-aerodynamic machine can easily take flight and maneuver around is just, well, it's a joke. Look, and should this channel live to see the day that humans are fighting wars in space, we can always re-examine the notion of flying space mechs. As much as I'm excited about this future in the channel, it's like, that's just unrealistic. Anyway, one of the reasons mechs would be so expensive is their complexity. Humans are complicated, and so too are human-shaped robots. A bipedal mech is obviously going to need to have the ability to walk, otherwise it would be called a... what's the word for it? Statue. Walking requires joints, and for a machine, these joints would be points of weakness. There's a limit to how well they could be armored, as the armor would interfere with the motion, and if a joint is taken out, well... game over. Look, tank treads are very sturdy, but they can still break. When that happens, you still have a tank with a giant gun that can be aimed and fired. If a joint breaks in a mech, the entire thing will come tumbling down to the ground. These joints will also be far more susceptible to breaking than tank treads, which would make the leg joints a prime target. If these aren't giant mechs, those joints are also big targets. The issue of joints exists in the arms as well. Disabling a joint in an arm is not going to immediately topple a mech the way taking out the legs would, but it would still render the arm, well, rather useless. Just imagine you didn't have this part. Even without being targeted in combat, the complexity of a mech would still be an issue. The more moving parts a machine has, the more likely it is that something is going to break. Tanks are relatively simple machines with relatively few moving parts. Because mechs are essentially trying to replicate humans, they have a lot of moving parts that risk being damaged from normal wear and tear. Just think about your body. These machines risk requiring constant maintenance and repairs, which would limit how much time they could actually spend in battle. Now, we already mentioned that the joints are a big target, but the entire mech would also be a big target. An Abrams tank is 8 feet tall, whereas the Method 2 is 13 feet tall. Not only is it over 50% taller, but it's also pretty small by mech standards. Your typical mech, as depicted in media, runs about 25 to 35 feet tall, some becoming much, much bigger than that. We mentioned the taller than the tallest skyscrapers thing in the introduction. If it wasn't an obvious enough target from long range, it's also got giant arms waving about, which isn't exactly the pinnacle of discretion. Easily targeting electrons from long range may be difficult, but that's okay. It just means they can target the giant torso, where the pilot is probably going to be. And this brings us to another issue, which is that there's probably only one person piloting the mech. The tank only has 2 to 6 crew members, and those people are there for a reason. Trying to handle all of the tasks required for operating such a war machine by oneself isn't exactly simple. If you're busy piloting this giant machine, it's going to aim, reload.
Hey, Landon Knight and Mom69er, what's going on, you guys? Are you still here? Oh, there you go.
Controls, then piloting could become less an all-consuming task. There are also autoloaders, although that is just one moving part that is just.
I need to go back to, I need to put the boxer briefs back on. I took them off when I took a nap. They gotta go back on. Hey, did you notice I got a haircut? Okay, I gave myself a haircut this morning, but yes, a haircut occurred. And some rotten little brats lost half of Dad's blade guards. So the haircut is what it is, but it's not too bad. It's not the worst I've ever done.
When we envision mechs, we often think of them running at ease with superhuman speeds, but it's just not possible for a whole bunch of reasons. First, they are extremely heavy and they require incredibly powerful motors and a large power supply to move at all. And second is balance.
I love them, but man, they can be a little bit much sometimes. They're demanding. Ugh. Stop.
Even when able to walk while maintaining balance, a mech would have a fairly high center of gravity and thus make it prone to being tipped over. An impact from an enemy missile or even just the recoil of firing a cannon could be enough to send a mech to the ground. Anyone who's tried texting while walking probably realizes that walking is not exactly a steady ride either. Those who have a chance to
I don't know. I was kind of wondering if I wore, instead of boxer briefs, if I wore just briefs, if I could get away with that. I imagine on YouTube, probably not. On Odyssey, probably. I don't see why not.
There's also the rather fun little issue of tripwires. If mechs were to become common in combat, it would not be long before enemy forces were using strong cables to trip the mechs out Star Wars. And then there's the issue of ground pressure. Ground pressure is the pressure placed on the ground by the wheels or treads of a vehicle, or in this case, the feet of a mech. Because the weight is so evenly distributed across the ground by the use of treads, the main battle tank has a ground pressure that is only about 50% higher than that of a human walking. A mech would be an entirely different story. The Method 2 weighs over 1.5 tons, while a tank weighs over 60 tons. It seems like this shouldn't be a problem then. But the mech isn't complete, nor is it remotely battle ready. Even because the Method 2 needs more work, and that's before adding any armor. The current also features giant windows and zero protection. A large car weighs 2 tons, so for the tank to weigh so much more, you can be sure that most of that weight is from the armor, meaning an armored mech would likely weigh as much or dramatically
Drinking hot cocoa.
depending on its size. Also, because it's walking on feet with only 1 foot on the ground at a time, but much of that, the weight of an armored mech would simply
Right, that's pretty much what it would come down to at this point. I'll tell you what though, doing what we do on a regular basis, what me and you've been doing, just hanging out, and I did a little bit of yoga today, and I took a shower and shaved, but I made $45 just hanging out this morning, you know, so I'm definitely not dropping my the platform that, you know, cashes out.
Keeping a mech mobile is extremely difficult, and to make such a giant machine walk
But
rather than simply
I also enjoy being able to stream on, you know, the other channels. So, gotta be able to, you know, do a little give and take. Do an hour or two, you know, on everywhere, and then, you know, drop down from there after a while. Where is my thing that tells me how long I've been on live? Oh, right there.
Let's pretend we're imagining, but none of the things we said were false.
See, we've been an hour and a half streaming all over the place, but
we are one of the few bipedal creatures, and that
the show also started actually, you know, doing something.
Bipedal walking is energy efficient, which lets us walk long distances with relative ease.
Plus, it keeps a record of more of it, right? Like,
of course, this is only more efficient when compared to four legs, not when compared to wheels or treads.
I can, it's saved on YouTube and on Odyssey, so, because I'm not always recording. Sometimes I regret that. I need to hit the record button a lot more often. When I'm doing a decent yoga program, I should be hitting that record button.
Even in theory, however, this just still doesn't make a lot of sense. And that could use a variety of different weapons and tools.
I don't think it's insensible, and to mix it up so that, you know, it can be a little bit of PG-13, whatever, and then also, you know, incorporate the adult stuff when the time is right for that, right?
Rather than smaller, more specialized machines that would be better equipped to do the task. Simply put, there is no way that the military would ever use mechs in a combat role. Many have theorized that they could be used as portal logistical performing work that is too difficult.
I wish I wasn't using such a potato to do the multi-stream part, but I'm taxing systems already. Might have to try to turn some things around and try to do some of it on the lower end computer that I currently do on the higher end computer. I overcomplicate this shit, I'm sure.
We will definitely be seeing more machines in Method 2. Just don't expect to see them charging into battle. At least not militarily. The future of mechs is likely as a novelty.
My cats.
Or the next generation of battle bots. Until then, we're just going to have to seek out our wish fulfillment in other ways.
It's better. Literally not studying for my classes and still passing it at least a B. It's ridiculous. What a sad, sad version of school.
Also known as AI, is an ever-growing topic, and with the recent
Age 49 to 60.
Oh, I'm supposed to be in a communications degree program, but I am completely nonplussed, first and foremost, with the price when they're using OpenStack's books and generic kind of videos that appear to be student projects to me with very little polish and certainly less professionalism. Yeah. I borrowed $16,000 for school this year, and apparently I'm only going to have $1,600 to work with out of that if I stay with this school.
Do you understand that nobody can simply purchase trains?
Their
I'm gonna need to see some ID. Come on.
their accounting tactics are a little misleading.
Give me identification or I shall force feed you this bleach. Is this bleach?
You're gonna post that? Now that will get the likes rolling in. Oh, wow, you really needed a hit, didn't you? Hi, I'm Roger, founder of Roger, the finest social media network ever to hijack the world's dopamine
receptors and transform the population into galaxy-brained engagement zombies.
It's supposed to be post-university. Supposedly they're a real brick-and-mortar school. They're charging $600 per credit hour per 8-week term. And the classes are ridiculous. They're just overly simplified garbage.
So you can feel those micro hits of dopamine that
Yeah.
dispenses like cursed Pez.
Academic Earth, I will.
That's the stuff. I got robbed 4 times for saying that whole wheat buns.
I'm looking for one. I've got 4 more weeks with these guys. I've already signed withdrawal papers.
You think anyone cares about your healthy buns?
I signed up in a manic state. I can't even pretend like I wasn't fucking out of my mind when I signed up. So I did no research. I clicked on the first advertisement that baited me and didn't ask enough specific questions. Although in my opinion, some of those questions should have been answered outright, and openly, but they weren't. So it is what it is.
That's because you're driving sweet engagement, the lifeblood that sustains all social life. Well, that and the personal data we sell to ad networks hawking trinkets found on Albanian eBay.
Yeah, sure.
Albanian eBay.
Somebody replied, why are we talking about hot dogs when the real hot dogs are those robotic retrievers the government puts in our homes? It's getting thousands of rogerings. That's bad, right?
Is having civil discourse bad? Is freedom bad? Democracy, founding fathers, cancel woke lives much?
But they say anyone who disagrees with them is a godless communist who should wait. That's what Oh, God.
Yes, Roger brings out your worst instincts. But that's just what it takes to compete in what we'll call the marketplace of ideas. Even though nobody besides us makes money, and you've really got to squint to see the majority of what's posted as ideas.
It seems really sleazy to elevate content like that.
Hey now, the Roget algorithm is a completely neutral techno-deity interested only in what gets the most attention. The fact that the posts will constantly recommend are the ones that most rile up your decaying lizard brain and cause your body to physiologically react as if you're encountering a live bear in an Arby's bathroom is a complete coincidence.
Well, then I'm going to post this well-researched news article debunking this robot dog nonsense so that we can get back to talking about real hot dogs. Oh man, this post is barely getting rogered at all.
What good is a product if nobody uses it? Everything about Roget is designed to discourage users from ever leaving its comfortable confines for any other lesser web domains. We want nothing more than for you to sit back and scroll through Roget in an over-emotional haze, desperately searching for a whiff of sanity, like a dying Bedouin searching for water in the desert.
So Roget succeeds by elevating posts that makes us scared and angry, then limits access to outside information that could calm us down?
Yes. But we also show you adorable videos of sloths pooping. So I call it a wash.
But if most traffic goes through Roget, how do the websites that actually produce things make money?
I don't know. Maybe it's
never utilized any of it except
the
journalism. Oh boy.
Media platform could do to a popular website.
Well, that's probably the most valuable one. I mean, except that you can't really be a real journalist today, I don't think. Not in any real sense of what the term is supposed to mean.
I'm just pissed off.
Well, that's good news. Here's someone who thinks pancakes are made out of platypus meat.
Oh, that's just
right.
Perfect. You're even dumber than those people that think dogs are government spies.
I'm crashing through these classes and, like, literally, I don't study. I haven't been studying at all. I've just been taking the tests and
what a coincidence. Better go fight the good fight
moving
by
through.
waging a digital forever war with
Not really reading directions.
Having your privacy
Can't believe
violated,
these guys.
data stolen, being force-fed constant damaging lies, experiencing the dilution and downranking of almost all quality content, the active ruination of everything the internet was supposed to be, the obliteration of democracy, the tearing apart of the very fabric of society.
Yeah, it's, you know,
more and more depressed and
we have
dangerously
robots that do it
suicidal.
now pretty easily and pretty well. Very well, as a matter of fact, if you know how to prompt it right and then edit better. It's a little bit amazing.
There's a game. In April 2015, Kenneth Crowder was running naked through a neighborhood in Florida when a particularly attractive tree caught his eye and he attempted...
The movie is based in the near future. A massive asteroid is advancing towards Earth and threatening to wipe out humanity. Therefore, the international community has come together for an operation called the UNMS.
I probably should go for like physical education, really, but
Supernuclear missiles from a large base on the
I was a communications major years ago. I never finished it. I'd like to. I think it's important still to be able to communicate effectively, even if it's just to the robot overlords who do the real work.
This sends everyone on Earth into a state of frenzy.
You know what I mean? Golly, you guys, who just farted? Stop. No, Dad's gonna take this. I gotta take the pill.
Welcomes the project commander
It's after 8, I gotta take the pill. I don't want to take the pill. I don't want to take the pill. Don't make me take the pill.
Sends him back to his room. Lo and behold, it
Please.
then revealed that one of the nuclear missiles was thrown off course by a solar storm, leaving some of the asteroid fragments heading towards the UNMS
I took
moon
the
station.
pill.
Commander Shing immediately alerts everyone at the base and orders them to rush to the evacuation rockets. However, Yue is lost in his thoughts, oblivious to the threat.
I mean, what else are we gonna do? Really, you're gonna talk to the AI to get work done. Really, what else? What else are you gonna do? You're gonna be like, I want my movie to look like this, and I want my pecs to be a little bit bigger. And I want to have like, I don't want pecs. I want to have tits. Make me a chick with tits. That's my role in the movie. And you're gonna make a movie. Like, well, I don't know how much you'll have actually made of the movie, but a movie will be made for you. You know, it'll be comparable to a Hollywood film. And what do we do? Because
another massive asteroid flies over the moon on its way to the Earth. Yue eventually gains consciousness.
right on. Have you played with ChatGPT at all yet? Have you played with some of these other AI models that are starting to crop up? Because they are.
Soon, a gigantic explosion occurs, annihilating a large portion of the Earth's surface. Distraught, Yue immediately rushes back to the lunar base and tries to call for help. However, all his attempts to contact humans are met with
I can't write like ChatGPT, even though it's woke as fuck. It is super woke. Like, it is so woke now. You should. Oh my gosh. It's worth it. It's worth taking the time to do it. Like, it becomes this terrifying kind of friend that you have to just realize it's a propaganda engine at this point. Very much a propaganda engine, but oh, what potential it does hold.
Something tells me he's done this before. Meanwhile, it's revealed that some humans have managed to survive the asteroid, and Yue's teammates, including Commander Shing, have safely made it back to Earth. Somewhere in an underground base, Commander Shing...
I got on expecting it to be, you know, kind of a gimmicky kind of toy, and it wasn't at first.
But the project's chairman feels that they should establish contact
with
Yue. He wants to
yeah,
broadcast the story of Yue's survival
because it became something else all of a sudden.
The ratings on this reality TV show will
All of a sudden, it really can code, and it really can write a really effective news article, and it really can fix your your code or fix what you've written. It can be the editor, actually, oddly enough. Have it edit and fix up whatever you wrote. So say it writes something for you, you fix it, but it's not quite what you, the punctuation maybe isn't quite on a level. Whatever, you send it back through ChatGPT, and ChatGPT just instantaneously fixes it.
However, to his astonishment, Yue learns that it's a giant kangaroo named Kong eating away the stored food. Yep, Yue's lost his shit. It turns out that the animal was brought to the lunar base for research purposes. Yue quickly picks up a shovel and tries to scare the animal away from the storeroom, but unfortunately this only agitates the kangaroo and it beats the life out of him. Unable to beat it with physical force, Yue dresses up as a female kangaroo and tries to seduce Kong. The trick works for a while, but it soon backfires on Yue. When the kangaroo gets
A lot of
excited
things are
and
based
tries
on
to have
algorithms.
coitus with him. Surely Yue was expecting this.
Algorithms are used here on Super Chat.
Kong knocks off Yue's
on
exposing him. This
YouTube, obviously, on Odyssey a bit.
As everyone on Earth watches in astonishment, a stubborn Yue pulls out his
Nobody does curated content. There's too much of it.
Kong appears to retreat.
I am streaming to 4 channels at once right now. That's an enormous amount of content, even if only at 1080p.
Knock each other out on the ground. As Yue picks himself up off the ground, he notices that the communication device
Consider this, eventually an AI will be able to take these videos here and create a volumetric reproduction of the broadcast that you'll be able to like hang out in. When I'm doing yoga, you'll be able to do yoga, that version of me, yoga, whatever. Maybe it'll be a generative AI system that will not only recreate the scene, but recreate some kind of NPC version of me that does yoga stuff, does stuff that I never could do, is more flexible than I ever have been, because it knows what the human body's capable of. Fucking crazy shit. Human curated content, I should say. Human curated content is when humans actually pick and choose videos to highlight in the feed, right? Very, very little of that is done anymore.
He is aware that the journey may take weeks, as the research building housing the rocket is located on the other side of the moon. Back on Earth, Commander Shing and the others watch them anxiously, because Yue's vehicle is solely solar powered.
Most of it is automated. It's some algorithm or other.
This means that the car can only travel 6,500 kilometers.
Not wholly unlike the algorithm I used to track my
away from Yue's base. After the sun
my
sets
face on camera.
Yue is going to be stranded in the middle of nowhere and
something simple and kind of dumb. It does one thing.
Shing and the others notice that Yue is actually
it doesn't even necessarily do it awesomely.
He is planning to chase the sunlight, as the moon only rotates at 16 kilometers per hour. This gives Yue exactly 41 days to complete his mission, where he can only sleep for 4 hours a day. With the days passing by, he becomes very dreary and even starts hallucinating. Fortunately, Kong is there to motivate him to keep going, and there's no shot that he's going to hallucinate anything weirder than that. After a long and perilous journey, the two finally arrive at the research facility. Inside, Yue finds the nuclear warhead and carefully lowers it to the ground. However, the kangaroo starts playing with the control buttons, endangering the mission.
It's a little bit sad that nobody ever talks to me elsewhere.
Home base with the warhead, Yue locks
it kind of bums me out a tiny bit.
The mission again. It's a
nobody says hi on the other channels.
Plays loud music to keep himself entertained. As a result, he doesn't notice when the trunk carrying the kangaroo separates from the vehicle. After traveling hundreds of kilometers, Yue finally realizes that Kong has been left behind because of his mistake. Now, Yue is faced with a difficult decision. If he goes back to get Kong, he will lose the sunlight, and the vehicle will stop working. But if he doesn't go, Kong will freeze to death. Either my imaginary kangaroo friend dies, or we both die.
You're not supposed to be up here.
Yue contemplates for a bit and eventually decides to go head back and retrieve the kangaroo, putting his own life in danger. After hours of traveling in the opposite direction, he makes it to the truck and reunites with his friend. The two share an emotional moment, and just like a puppy, Kong licks him out of excitement. The two then set out on their journey towards the base, while trying not to fall asleep as the sun continues to move farther away from their vehicle.
Right?
Unfortunately,
There's that.
Even after their best efforts, the sun eludes the two,
You
making
never
it
know.
impossible for them
You
to
never
survive.
know.
Hey, at least Yue got licked by a kangaroo on the moon. Despite this, Yue refuses to give up, and he continues to drive the vehicle as it is forced into its last hours of battery. He also turns off the heat to conserve as much energy as possible. Eventually, the car runs out of battery, and it comes to a halt 55 kilometers away from their base. Now, the duo only has 3 hours of oxygen left, and Yue finally gives up. He emerges from the vehicle and awaits his death. However, an idea suddenly strikes him when he notices that his animal friend is attracted to the reflection from his mirror. He quickly pulls out the door of his vehicle and transforms it into a sled, which will be powered by Kong. Oh, sweet. I thought he was gonna murder Kong and live inside of his skin.
Live inside the skin. That's what I would do.
To make him chase them. The trick works, and he starts sliding across the moon's surface like Santa Claus. After a while, the two come across a giant pit, but Yue again refuses to give up and instructs Kong to jump over it. As they fly over the giant hole, he unleashes the gas tank on his back, which gives them enough thrust required to make it to the other side, and eventually to the base. Checkmate, Vin Diesel. Back on Earth, the project's chairman broadcasts Yue's journey to the remaining humans, and it gives them courage and hope for humanity's survival. It also brings him a crap ton of ad revenue on Twitch. On the moon,
what did we say? What did we do?
The giant warhead and prepares for his return
Half
to
my
Earth.
channels went to shit.
Unbeknownst to him, it's revealed that a second asteroid is headed towards Earth. Later, Yue receives another signal.
Oh, I feel like we must have done something bad.
On Earth are trying to contact him. Unfortunately, his happiness soon turns into disappointment when he sees that it is actually
so far
because the
behind?
kangaroo is messing with the wires. Hence, Yue again loses hope and decides to abort
Both
his
my
mission.
YouTubes
However,
are
the
way
people back on
behind.
Earth
Stop.
refuse to let him give up and think of an idea to contact
Cats
him.
are
All of
awful.
them gather at
They're
one
naughty.
particular place and collectively shine their flashlights towards the moon. Yue eventually notices the signal and is moved to tears, realizing that he is not the only human alive. Later, with reinvigorated motivation, he realigns the receivers and is finally able to contact the humans on Earth, including his crush, Commander Shing. In a private moment, Yue confesses to Shing that she was the sole reason for him to come on the UNMS mission. Shing is moved by his confession, and she apologizes for leaving him behind. In the next scene, Yue, with the help of his teammates back on Earth, starts modifying the propulsion system of the rocket using the atomic weapon so it can take him back home. After completing the setup, Yue and Kong embark on their journey and safely enter the orbit, unaware that a second asteroid is heading directly for Earth. While the humans back home celebrate, Yue reaches the Lunar Space Station. As he prepares to enter the escape pods, Commander Shing finally learns about the asteroid that is threatening to annihilate the planet Earth. The UNMS HQ then realizes that only Yue can save humanity, as he is in possession of the nuclear weapon on board the Lunar Space Station. Left with no choice, Shing breaks the news to Yue, and surprisingly, he agrees to sacrifice himself to save humanity. Finally, there is a point to simping. Following this, UNMS orders everyone back on Earth to return to their shelters and prepare for the
least
worst.
offensive,
Meanwhile, in space,
right?
Yue tearfully bids
The least
goodbye
likely
Kong
to trigger,
and sends
the
him
least
back
likely to
Earth in an
be
escape pod. Why didn't he
of
take the
substance.
escape pod and shoot the goddamn
What are you
kangaroo
doing?
with the thing? Yue is an emotional wreck, but he collects himself as he has been tasked to save humanity. After a while, Yue heads towards the asteroid and enters a cluster of giant rocks. He tries his best to avoid them, but his surroundings become more crowded and chaotic. A rock eventually collides with his ship, causing the vessel to spin violently in space. Yue scrambles to stabilize the ship that's completely out of control. Eventually, he comes up with a solution. He breaks open the door of the ship and uses it to equalize the pressure, finally bringing the rotation to a halt. Yue then checks on the ship's engine, only to learn that it has been completely destroyed and can no longer lead him to the asteroid. Left with no other choice, he decides to manually take a nuclear bomb to the giant asteroid. This means that Yue dies an extremely painful death. However, without a second thought, he ventures out and unlocks the warhead. Then he uses his jetpack to head straight towards the massive asteroid while dragging the nuclear warhead with him. Yue's spacesuit is slowly destroyed by countless rocks, but he finally reaches the asteroid. In his last moment, he remembers his crush, Commander Shing, before a huge explosion takes place, and the asteroid is blown into smithereens. Back on Earth, people finally emerge from their shelters and notice the giant explosion in the sky. They are elated to have survived the apocalypse, but are also sad that Yue has sacrificed himself. Several years pass by, and the humans have restored Earth to its former glory. The kangaroo Kong is returned back to its natural habitat, while Commander Shing and her team are again sent back to the moon, so they can continue their work of protecting the Earth from extraterrestrial threats. I was kinda hoping Kong would end up with Shing. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.
Your fluff got reprinted in 60 newspapers. Now, maybe I guess that what they were trying to tell you was write more fluff, bro. Don't get into the details. But what a suck thing to have to do. Hey, stop.
Today's video is brought to you by...
Oh look, we're on the Monkey J show on. Ugh, stop. We're on the Monkey J show on YouTube. No. Stop.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from...
Oh. That's not you, that's the antibiotic. But probably a little bit you.
Come in.
It's weird.
When we moved to Amsterdam in 2018, Amsterdam Centraal was under construction. In fact, it seemed like Amsterdam Centraal was always under construction.
Were ignored, of course they were.
Now, I generally...
That makes sense. I lived on the south side of Kalamazoo for a while, and when the shooting started happening very near my home, and I started calling the news agencies, wanting to know why they weren't reporting on them and why the police weren't showing up. It didn't make any difference.
I had a nightmare.
The EMTs didn't want to come down the streets.
Which was weird because I hadn't had a nightmare after watching something since I was 6 years old. But there I was, 22 years old, literally hyperventilating in my bed because I thought Homelander was going to get me. I didn't even watch an episode of The Boys that night. I was just watching...
Stop.
Japan is changing its foreign policy strategy to little plans for its big...
How fast can you solve the Rubik's Cube?
Hey there, friends, how's it going? So, usually with simulator games, they're like, oh, you're going to be an astronaut, or you're going to be a mechanic. But what happens when... If you woke up chained to a pipe in a grungy bathroom with another man, and were told that if you killed him, you'd be set free, but if you didn't, you and your family would die. What would you do? In this highly requested
I might have to run to the
video,
bathroom.
we'll follow Jigsaw's victims, see if we can make better decisions, and ultimately attempt to beat the traps in Saw. If you think you could do better, or if you have a movie request, let me know in the comments. If you want to stay prepared for all the other worst-case scenarios movies can come up with, hit the like, notification bell, and subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. This video's sponsor is Raycon. Raycon's making a lot of noise in the electronics industry with their wireless earbuds. The company was co-founded by Ray J, and if you aren't familiar with him, here's a refresher.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, this guy knows how to produce
Jesus.
music.
That must have made somebody happy.
Earbuds in a range of fun colors and patterns, with a variety of fit options to make sure it's snug in your ears. And no dangling wires or stems that bounce around or get caught on things. Their earbuds have 6 hours of playtime to cover your work sessions, long hikes, workouts, or whatever else. Need more? Pop them into the sleek charging case and you get 24 hours more playtime with these E25 earbuds. They have seamless Bluetooth pairing so you stay hooked up. There's a solid amount of bass,
I have to
and their compact design gives them a
take a minute.
noise isolating
I
fit.
need a brief
The best
respite.
part is that their prices start at half of other premium audio brands. I use these to listen to podcasts.
I'll be right back.
When hitting my 10,000 steps, to get jacked up when pumping iron at the gym, and to get...
Oh, good Lord. Right back.
ball.
Ooh. That's harsh, bro. Super harsh. Oh, excuse me. That's rough. Rough on my
Egyptian
belly.
pyramids at Giza are undoubtedly one of the most, if not the weirdest structures on Earth. They've stood the test of time and nature for thousands of years.
No, that wasn't an invitation to come over here.
And as you might have guessed, many mighty people have been obsessed with unraveling the mysteries behind these monumental structures for centuries. Notable among them is Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest modern inventors to ever live. Nikola Tesla revealed terrifying truths.
Something. Yeah, antibiotics tearing through me.
Appreciated, his fame has recently been brought to the limelight.
It came out like a wrecking ball. It hurts.
Electrical supply systems and some of the technologies we use today. Apart from his crazy
God, dude, I know. It's so easy to fucking get them too.
Top secret projects, including the Egyptian pyramids. His drive to unlock the
no, it's the antibiotics. I have one left. I gotta take one in the morning.
This point in his life that he decided to make it his life's goal.
I gotta take it.
About 2.5 million blocks of stone and weighing nearly 6 million tons.
But I don't like them.
Pyramids are mysterious and made in magnificent structures. Structures that have drawn several
I don't like what they do to me.
If you've ever seen or read about these pyramids, you'd
look at this. Good Lord.
Secrets that have not been exposed.
I'm getting around this. It's not real, but dang it.
Groundbreaking ideas and inventions.
What are we watching? I don't want to watch that.
This is a potato.
Goat Guns is the...
Let's click the button. Click the button.
Hello, adventurer, and welcome to my humble fruit shop. May I interest you in some bananas? They are on special.
Yeah, how much for 5 bananas?
For you, good hero, $2.
Sweet.
Now they are extra. $1. Hello, adventurer, and welcome to my humble little fruit shop. May I interest you in some bananas?
I like 5 bananas.
I haven't actually finished talking there. They are on special right now, so they're good for...
How much?
How do you have that much toenail?
$4.
Sweet.
How do you have that much toenail?
Oh, if we're going this far, I'm gonna need carrots for my horse. Oh, yes, actually, could you give me like 20? Yeah, sweet.
Oh, good, you're back. Hello, adventurer, welcome to my humble little...
Yeah, 50 carrots.
You're a rude little man, you know that. But I'm sure I can rustle up some carrots for you. Let me just check it with my darling wife, Freya.
No, skip. Just give me carrots.
So can I be honest with you for a minute?
Give me carrots,
Piss
you
me off
fucker.
there a little bit.
Oh my god, what is with NPCs in this town? Just hurry up.
I might be just a humble little fruit merchant to you, but I still have some dignity left, goddammit. Why don't you go find your carrots somewhere else?
Oh, sir, I don't have time for this. Either give me carrots, or I'm going to take them.
You will, dear.
Wouldn't I?
Try.
Actually, I wouldn't do that.
What? Why? I don't care about my reputation.
No, I'm not even talking about your reputation. Honestly, these NPCs are way stronger than you think.
This guy, the fruit stall owner from Hollywood.
Seriously? I guarantee you he's stronger than you think.
Dude, I'm level 60. I've fought armies of orcs. I'm pretty sure I can take this thing.
I'm telling you, man, I wouldn't do it. Shit.
You attacked me.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does that feel? Die, mother! Ah!
Oh, shit.
Are you with him?
No, I'm not. He's...
Are you with...
I don't know. No.
Want some fruit?
No, I'm fine. No, it's all good.
Fresh mayonnaise.
No, it's all right.
Just keep walking unless you're hungry.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, have that.
What the hell? This is the most comfortable thing I've ever worn. Gosh, if only I could buy one of these. Do you know where you could get one of these?
DL, don't...
Oh yes, this one's
Hi,
cute.
your personal trainer is full of Look, I got myself
certified through the NASM. But plenty of trainers show up with just a multiple-choice online test and some inflated muscles and land the job. Trendier gyms inevitably hire sexier staff, like they're casting a sweaty soap opera or a mud wrestling tournament. As my manager always says, we have to be what the client wants us to be.
If it's an older woman, be like a son to her. Young single girl, treat her like her boyfriend would. If it's a gay guy, flirt with him.
And female trainers?
If you see a guy, give him a really tough workout, then drag his substantial buttocks to the massage table to finish him off. Massage his legs, and when you're doing the hamstring, lean over, expose your cleavage, and say, I'd like for you to be my client. What kind of package can I put you down?
I mean, my feet could use a pedicure, but they're not really, they don't need a bunch of work.
This is a common misconception. Trainers aren't hired to train, we're hired to sell. In our lobby is a list of trainers ranked by level. Higher level trainers cost more, and customers assume level means experience or qualifications, or at least bench numbers. But nope, they're pure sales numbers. Beyond tricking the flabby masses into memberships they'll never use, we're supposed to sign clients up for personal sessions. An hour might cost upward of $100, more than a whole month of gym membership. And the bulk of that goes to the gym, by the way, not to me. And our managers are always very helpful with new lines to use on potential clients.
The reason so many people died in the Twin Towers was because they weren't fit enough to escape. Poor bastards.
That line was honestly shockingly effective, unlike, well, basically anything fitness-related we recommend. Here's a list of every subject a qualified trainer can competently speak on. We are not experts on anything else. And yet, in every gym, some trainer will give you unqualified, actively harmful advice.
Tell your doctor you have asthma and have him prescribe you Aloe. That'll help your garden.
Oh, your wedding is today? Oh, we gotta get you in a sauna suit and put you on the treadmill.
Back pain? What you need are core exercises.
Those core exercises made the guy's pain worse, by the way. We narrowly dodged a lawsuit on that one, but thankfully, nobody knows much about fitness. It's a new science, and it's really hard to study.
When you bench, touch your chest with the bar for full extension.
That messes up your shoulder joints.
And during your lat pull down, get that bar behind your neck.
That also messes up the shoulders.
Bicycle crunches, supercharge abs.
And rub your spine raw.
Do leg extensions.
Those ruin the knees.
Then why do we have a leg extension machine? Because every gym does.
But they shouldn't. Oh, and speaking of destroying people's bodies, you've probably heard that steroid syringes get secretly passed around from butt to butt in the locker room. But these days, it's a lot more sophisticated than that.
So, go to Stu's anti-aging clinic. Tell him your pubes are falling out. No energy. You're sad. He'll run tests and diagnose you with low T. But I don't actually have any of those symptoms. What I do have is tons of pubes. Doesn't matter. The doc knows how this works. Your only real symptom is wanting to get swole. And this is how you'll do it. With some legal testosterone.
You're also going to get yourself brazen testicles, acquired hair loss disorder, C cups, spaghetti dip. Oh, and that reminds me. I'm proud of the number of clients I've vetted, because that number is 0. But that's not for clients' lack of trying. It's like how patients fall in love with their psychiatrist, except the shrink also keeps doing squats in tiny gym shorts. I did a home session once with a woman who suggested we exercise in the nude, though I advised her not to. I had a male client invite me to a threesome with his wife. I had to tell him that's not what we mean by a partner membership.
So, I heard you guys give glute massages?
I'm not trained in massage.
Okay, but tell me, have you ever been with a man? You know, been with a man? Because I'm very well trained.
Oh, what's that? Somebody dropped a free weight on their brain. Sorry, gotta go. But I'm unusual. A willing trainer can easily get with client after client. One time, we had 2 women clumsily wrestling on the gym floor because they figured out they were both hooking up with the same trainer. We ended up canceling both their memberships. Kept the trainer, though. Guy's sales stats were through the roof. Oh, and this isn't really the trainer's fault, but Here's a pro tip. Never go barefoot in a steamer. But all this sticky weirdness is worth it if you get healthier and look more The Rocker, right? Right. Well, I'm not going to say no one obese loses weight. I've worked with people who have changed their bodies in phenomenal ways. But it takes way more time and effort than you'd ever think. The exercise never gets easier either. It just gets harder. Also, after your first month, you're never going to have another month with that much progress. Ditto your first 6 months or your first year. I try not to set unrealistic expectations. I try to give clients a plan they can actually follow. But if gyms everywhere told clients, follow a reasonable plan and you'll look better and be healthier, then you would have otherwise, after several years, well, the whole industry would die. What?
Come on, man. Push that body. Let's do some jumping jacks. 1, 2. You're not jumping. 3, 4. Cum smells like you evacuated your bowels. That's good. Keeps you light. 5, 6. Are you listening to me? Jump, man. Jump.
Some people might want to watch him doing that, oddly enough. I don't know what else to say about it, but it's true. People are weird. Oh, what is happening again? I'm starting to feel like my routers need to be reset. Why does my upload speed drop so much? I don't know what happens, but my upload speed just goes to shit. Stop it. Don't do that. Okay, I'll still be here, Mom 69er. Hi. Hi, baby. How are you doing? Cat, you look at me, you weirdo. Okay, well that's good, I guess. Back to doing good. Not sure what happens, but once in a while, man, my signal strength just goes to caca. Matter of fact, let me do something.